The clock is ticking. Sequence 46. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Maddie was curled up into a little ball on the floor and she had tears running down her cheeks when Maya walked into her house. She walked over to her and kneeled beside her. She rubbed her back slowly. "Are you all right? What happened?" she asked. She just continued crying. "Talk to me," she said, rubbing her back, and Maddie slowly stopped crying. "What happened?" she worriedly asked. Maddie sniffed. "Maya," she said quietly, "my life is a mess. I don't know who I offended to be going through such," she said, crying again. "Maddie, you need to calm down," she said, hugging her closer to her while still rubbing her back. "I just found out my mother isn't my biological mother. My whole life has been a lie." "Wow," Maya exclaimed. "I am so sorry, but stop crying please." She nodded. "Come on, let me make you a cup of tea while you tell me all about it." "Where is Trini?" Gracie took her. "I didn't want her to see me like this." "Okay." She stood up and they walked into the kitchen. She pulled a chair for her to sit down. "Just calm down please. I hate to see you cry." She sniffed, wiping her eyes with the back of her hand. Maya filled the kettle and placed it on the stove. While the water was boiling, she set the table with 2 cups, a bowl of sugar and some cold milk. When the kettle began to whistle, she turned off the stove, picked up the kettle and poured water in each of the cups. Then she placed the kettle back on the tray. She handed Maddie a cup of tea and made her way to a chair opposite her. "Thanks," Maddie said. Then she sipped her tea. "You wanna talk about it?" she asked several seconds later. Maddie sighed. "The woman who raised me, the one I always thought was my biological mother, is actually my auntie. For 34 years that woman has emotionally abused me. That's sad. This hurts because I feel my whole life has been one big lie. She could have told me earlier, you know. I won't say I know what you are going through right now, but I know that everything happens for a reason. You need to be strong for Trini. I know, and I am here for you if you need someone to talk to or You need to be strong for Trini. I know, and I am here for you if you need someone to talk to or a shoulder to lean on." "Thank you." "You are welcome. I didn't even ask how you are doing." "I am very fine. And our little minion in there? She is energetic, busy kicking me. I think she is eager to come out." "Let her come out already." "So, Maya begging what? Chard told me what happened between you guys. I knew that's why you came." She laughed. "Did he send you to come and speak on his behalf?" "Nah, I am here on my own. I seriously don't wanna talk about your brother. I have a lot on my mind and thinking Chard will just make me sicker than I am. I hate to interfere in my brother's relationships, but when in this case I am sorry, I will just speak up." "Maya." She gave her a warning look. "Hear me out please, I feel there is a misunderstanding somewhere." "Oh, so you are gonna stand here and justify your brother's actions?" "I caught him red-handed kissing his ex. God knows what else they did before I arrived. I know you found them in a really compromising situation, but please give me 5 minutes to talk about this." "Fine," she said. "So Chard told me about some errand guy. I knew he would use that to justify his cheating ass. No offense, but your brother is a coward. He can't deal with issues like a man. Any slight misunderstanding, he runs into the arms of another woman. Like, who does that?" "I won't take offense. I know he can be a jerk sometimes." "Sometimes. Well, maybe most of the times. Better. Chard has been hurt badly in the past and he has trust issues, especially with women. He acts all tough, but deep down my brother is vulnerable, and when he loves for real." "Oh, he loves you, that you should never doubt. Clearly. He went home angry when this whole Aaron saga started, but what made it worse was the video that was sent to him." "A video?" she asked, shooting her a quizzical look. "Yes. What video?" Maya pulled out her phone from her pocket and went straight to the. She pressed play and gave the phone to Maddie. Maddie's eyes widened and her mouth opened wide in surprise as she watched the video. She blinked her eyes a couple of times to make sure she was seeing right. The video was still the same. A man getting on top of her, undressing her and making out with her for a bit before it cut. She felt tears coming. She blinked them away. "Where did this come from?" she asked softly. "From a guy who claims to be Aaron. He sent the video to Chard." I don't know who that guy is. I have never seen him before. This is fake. I swear I would never double-cross Chard. That's what I said when I saw that video. I know we haven't known each other for long, but I trust you. I know you aren't that kind of woman. Oh no, she placed both hands on top of her head. So this is what Chard meant when he said I cheated first. Yes, she nodded her head. They set us up, she said as realization hit her. But who? That's the puzzle we need to solve. She closed her eyes for a few seconds. I wore that dress the day I kicked my sister out. Yes, we had a quarrel that evening and I told her to move out. What happened next? She brought me some water, but I drank it instantly. I only drank it a few minutes later when my heart started pounding fast. What happened afterwards? I don't know. I just found myself in bed the next morning. I have no memory of anything else that happened. Your sister drugged you. Maya Sadie, would she go that far? I think she would. Your sister had an affair with Chard, remember? Chard also told me she went to his house and tried to seduce him after she found out you guys were an IETM. She what? Chard didn't tell you? No. And she told him she would break you two up. This has your sister written all over, but I doubt she is working alone. I feel Emma has a hand in this too. I don't know what to say. I am shocked. We need to find a way to stop them. They could be planning something against you. I don't know how that Aaron guy is involved too, and I have a feeling this won't end nicely. What should I do now? I will ask Chard to have someone watch over you and Trini. Leave Emma to me. I know how to deal with her. Okay. Asterisk. She woke up with a strange feeling in her stomach. The pain was worse than anything she had ever experienced in her life. It was as if someone was stabbing her over and over again. The pain was so bad that she broke out in sweats and threw up. She forced herself out of bed and felt a chill go down her spine. She gasped as she stood up, feeling weak, dizzy and short of breath. She wished her so badly that her mother was there, massaging her back, but no, she was in this room where Thomas had locked her up for the past 3 days without food or water. She staggered to the door, almost slipping, and gently knocked on the door. The door threw open a couple of minutes later and Thomas walked in. He had a cold look on his face. What do you want? She looked up at him. I am not feel dotting well, she said, burst out laughing. I told you, didn't I? Now look at you, you are a mess. Please, she pleaded. Now you are pleading. Anyway, I will have Max drive you to the hospital soon. Just take a bath, you stink. Thank you. He clicked his tongue and walked out, locking the door behind him. Pulling out his phone, he dialed Max's line. I have a job for you. Come to the old house immediately. Okay, boss. He hung up and put his phone back in his pocket with a huge smile on his face.